What's going on, Attack Squad? It's your boy Roman, aka Mr. Enemy 343, back at it once again. And today, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, hang on, we got a guest. We got Dee Dee. Hold on, Dee Dee. There we go.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Well,
hey, hold on.
I have the tweet bounded into comics and posted about John Leguizamo. And here's the comment that I commented to where the guy says, I agree, they should have used someone from the Latinx community. And I screamed, no, you fool, you've given them ideas.
Yeah, and as Matt would say, Joe Ted Bait. Oh, God. I only had a bait for every time he actually said that. Oh, we got another guest. It's Dio. Hold on, Dio.
What's up, heathens?
Also,
Hey, what's up?
I love every time someone keeps posting someone of color who's going to be in the movie, like, oh, yeah, clearly white.
Oh, yeah, the voice of Kamek and the voice of Tote. And what's funny is these idiots, first of all, they're stupid. But secondly, they're not fans of anything, just like when it comes to video games. When they see a TV show with voice acting, whatever, the first thing that comes to their mind is, oh, I wonder how many black people are voicing the characters.
The minute they said you can only voice someone of your skin tone, they pretty much limited it for black people.
So that means for Kamek, we need to get a orange person, and for Bowser, we need to get a green yellow guy.
No. Non-humans are the exception.
Okay.
If someone is human, you have to play of your skin tone. Like, if I were to be hired to do a child's voice, because I can make my voice squeaky enough, it would have to be a white child. But then you got to think of, well, why aren't you getting real children to play the children then? Because, I mean, if you can't play a character that isn't white, clearly you shouldn't be playing children either.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's stupid. Like, all I care and all, any real fan cares about is the voice acting good? It's just like what I was talking about, me and my buddy were talking about with video games. We the fans, we look at games, we're like, man, the plot is awesome, the character designs are cool, whatever. We have real, gamer, questions and stuff like that. But to these idiots, the first thing they go with is, where's the black trans woman who identifies as a chipmunk that's pregnant? Do we have that representation in this, medieval game?
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's actually making an example there, Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Hold on, we got another guest. We got hold on, dude.
Hey, all you sussy bakas.
Hey, but no, these idiots. I guarantee you, this idiot would probably, watch the My Little Pony New Generation and be like, are there any black people voicing Sunny? Instead of it being, a real question, like, man, I wonder what Sunny is going to do now that she's, gotten the friendship and all that crap. What is she going to do now in the series or whatever?
Well, it's like the Knuckles thing. Oh, Knuckles is black coded. I'm like, Knuckles is a fucking echidna that has like 3 penises.
Not just that, but remember, every time these idiots sit there and say a character is coded, they always point out to be the racist stereotype.
Oh, yeah. Knuckles is obviously black coded because his theme is a rap. And it's like, are you saying black people can only do rap music? Because I know a couple of country singers. I'm not really into country, but I know a couple of country singers that are black.
Yeah, there you go. I was about to point that out. You got black country singers, It's not always the
Why
one
is race
race.
such a big deal? It's just an animal.
I mean, well, yeah, to us, it's just an animal. To us, it's just a cartoon. To us, it's just entertainment. But to these idiots, it is a chance to put their widow tokens, into a show. Like, oh my God, we gotta make sure that, we have plenty of black people or Asian people or whatever to voice these characters. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I will say. When it comes to
do you remember back when the Sonic movie succeeded over Birds of Prey? These bastards are basically saying, "Oh, Sonic and Tails are in a relationship and they're gay." I'm like, Tails in most of Sonic media is a 9-year-old, and Sonic is usually a mid to late teenagers. You're basically saying you're okay with pedophilia as long as you can say it's a gay couple. What the fuck is wrong with you?
All I'm just gonna say is this: think of the children.
When they don't care about the children, they just care about their freaking identity politics that no one gives two craps about. Like, we want entertainment. We want to have fun.
Well, like that whole My Little Pony thing where they
all this stuff, okay?
Well, it's like the thing with the new My Little Pony movie where you had that pony fan account saying that Zip is transgender and bisexual because she has a masculine hairstyle and her wings are the same color as the bisexual flag. And I'm like, until the staff or the show says it, I'm not taking your word for it.
And not just that, but it's like, the show just came out.
Why does that sound like a terrible fan fiction?
Because it is. Like, I mean, you look at Zip, and it's always the one that has the masculine traits, right? Zip can't just be a female that's, really cool or whatever. Just like Betty from Rugrats can't be a strong, independent woman. No, we have to make her lesbian because she fits the stereotype that everyone wants to talk about, not doing and shit.
Well,
wait.
I told my friend Emma about the whole Zip thing. She hasn't seen the movie yet. And she said, "Oh, so it's basically like Rainbow Dash, only change it from lesbian to transgender."
I
haven't seen the MLP movie because, it's just MLP season 9 was the end for me. It's kind of like the end game of MLP where everyone just stopped, or like the SpongeBob movie where everyone just stopped.
Well, I wanted to give Generation 5 a chance because I didn't give Gen 4 a chance because I had basically been tainted by Generation 3 and the whole, let's have tea parties even though not every girl likes fucking tea parties.
Oh, no. You want to talk about changing. You want to bring up that generation we do not speak of.
Gen 3?
Well, Gen 3.5. I mean, the newborn cuties.
Oh, that thing got ripped to hell and back during the Gen 4 era.
Funny is, just on this out there, which one is worse? Pony Life or 3.5?
I didn't like Gen 3 in general. I mean, the only reason I saw Minty's Christmas was because it was a live stream and it was so people could riff on it. And it's like, oh, let's hang a stocking on the mantle so you can put small gifts in it. I'm like, you mean the Christmas stocking?
I hated Minty. And her obsession with socks. It's like, it could have been a cute idea, but it's just everything about it. I don't know. I just didn't like.
If you made that like rated M, that would be a fetish.
Oh no! Come on! No! Oh God! I hear the artists coming. Didi, what have you done? The artists are coming.
Oh, let's be honest. If the artists haven't done it already, they probably weren't paying attention to Gen 3. Guarantee it happened in Friendship is Magic. There would be art of every pony slowly stripping off socks like, you like this, don't you?
Oh. I just want to be Lyra because I think that would be more
The least they could have done is make it Equestria girls.
No, you talk about don't tempt fate. That is something no. Now people are gonna start drawing the Equestria Girls characters in lingerie.
And they were gonna do it anyways.
To be fair, you're probably already too late. Like, I've been on Jeffrey Burr enough times, I've seen some stuff. Thankfully, I didn't see that much foot stuff, thankfully. There's just so many times you can look at Sunset Shimmer's foot or feet that's just, please stop.
I also hated Gen 3 Pinkie Pie.
Huh?
It's fun with the party! And I'm like, God fucking damn it, can I please go back to Gen 4 Pinkie Pie, please?
I mean, I want to know, if we're going to talk about Gen 3 versus 4 here, let's talk about how wonderful and great Rainbow Dash is in G4 and not that abomination. I was like, I like dresses. Look at my dresses. Oh my God, I love
rainbows,
dresses.
darling, rainbows.
I mean, Verity would sit there and tell G3 Rainbow Dash to calm down, darling.
Yeah, but you also got to take into account that the only reason we got this version of Rainbow Dash is because Josh Whedon, the creator of Buffy, refused to let Hasbro use Firefly, which was a Gen 1 character, because he owns the rights. I'm like, either do something with it, Josh, or you let Hasbro have the rights to the name again, you motherfucker. I'm tired of sitting here waiting for a thing about Firefly, and you haven't done anything, but you refuse to let anyone use the name Firefly. You motherfucker, do something with it or give up the name.
Agreed. I mean, that's a cool-ass name. Like, I mean, to be fair, that would have been way cooler than Spitfire. No offense. I mean, she was cool and all, but name Firefly, that would have been much cooler. But, no, I mean...
Yeah.
I also think there's something else, too. It's just, I found it so damn hilarious how, you know, the mob song, like we both said before, was...
Twitter!
Exactly. It was Twitter, and what's funny is that before the movie came out, a lot of us fans were kind of concerned. It's like, oh my God, is this going to be woke? Is, you know, they're going to be hoof wagging? Yeah. Like, will Sonny be like, now Hitch, you need to check your stallion privileges or something? Like, no, we didn't have that, thankfully. And not just that, but talking about Hitch for a moment, he isn't the bumbling dumb male that you see in the Marvel and DC comics, where yes,
Sprouts, but we blame Sprouts' mother, Phyllis.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, I think Sprout is more the poking fun at the Twitter, you know, mob. So it's
someone actually pointed out that it came off more like the left when it came to the fear mongering.
Yeah, and I mean and to be fair, that's how I kind of seen it too. It's like this isn't a finger wagging movie or whatever. This is just making fun of these idiot fearmongers from the left. Meanwhile, you got Sonny, who in all technicality is on par with Charles Xavier, where they want everyone to get along. They just want peace.
Yeah, she also had a good relationship with her father, which made me happy because most media nowadays it's, oh, daddy was a deadbeat. And it's like, not every father is a deadbeat, damn it.
And I mean, I love that too, because I am annoyed with this whole dumb dad joke, Homer Simpson, Peter Griffin, insert every other dumb dad here. It was great to see that, her dad was like a really smart, caring, loving father. I mean, that was incredible. Also, one thing I do want to throw out there.
Right.
Well, I was about to say, one thing I also want to throw out there, I do love how mature, if you will, Hasbro has become, because even though they didn't say it, it is clearly hinted that, her father is no more.
Yeah. Yeah, after
you mean dead?
To her being whatever the equivalent of adult is with ponies and stuff, we see her talk to a photo of her when she was a little filly with her dad, and saying today's the day, Dad. And it's like, yeah, I'm sorry. You can't tell me that he's alive when she's talking to a photo instead of, actually to him or on the phone with him,
Yeah, especially there's gotta be phones, cell phones in this day and age. So
Considering Pip basically Instagrammed everything, yes, there's phones.
And by the way, I want to throw something else out there real quick about Pip and cell phone stuff. Thank you, Hasbro. Thank you for not inserting some stupid ass memes. Thank you for not making Pip do some stupid Fortnite dance crap or YOLO.
Face.
Huh?
Something stupid like the troll face.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it was just, it was.
I like the troll face.
I'm giving that as an example. Like, if you look at the 2016 Powerpuff Girls, Bubbles going, "No me gusta," and making the face.
Oh yeah.
God fucking damn it, that meme isn't funny anymore.
Exactly. I mean, it's just, it's their own world. So the whole, her calling her little fans Pip Squeaks.
Powerpuff Girls 2016 is still better than what's coming out next. The live action one.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't like the live action one either. Especially since of all of any of the girls they could have cast the black actress in, they chose the one who lives for beating the shit out of people. Way to basically say black people are violent monkeys.
I mean, again, just going back to Zip, Betty, and Rainbow Dash, they have to be LGBT because they fit the stereotypical mold. It's like they want representation, but whenever they do it, they have to make it in the offensively obvious way, rather than it being like, hey, what about if like you made an example, Sunny and Izzy being lesbian or bisexual, whatever.
That scene where Izzy got into kissing distance, I'm like, are they gonna kiss? They look like they're gonna kiss. I believe them being queer more than I would Zip.
Exactly. I mean, at least there's some substance there. With Zip, there was nothing. It was just her being cool and, she wanted to stop living this lie and stuff. But, jumping back to the Powerpuff Girls live action Abomination, or just Powerpuff Girls Abomination for short, that, of course, they got to have a black actress be the one that's the violent one because, of course, that makes air quotes sense to these idiots who want to sit there and say, we are progressive. No, you're not.
They also cast Buttercup with an Asian actress, and Buttercup is the brains of the team.
I mean, to be fair, they were, but apparently they didn't because there's also a white girl. Like, Blossom is a white girl, but one other thing...
Wait, why is Bubbles and Blossom white, but they decided Buttercup should be black?
Because they stupid. I mean, I don't have a clear explanation, but, stupid be stupid.
I mean,
basically,
I'm just going to say it again. Why not cast the black girl as Bubbles, or the kind, sweet, cute one, or Blossom, the brains? Something more positive than, what black people for a stereotype are seen as, which are violent bullies. Why would you cast her as the girl who lives to beat the shit out of people?
Exactly. But again, these idiots have to go.
Warner Brothers are making this movie, right?
Yeah, Warner Brothers, yeah. Okay. I mean, that movie is going to be a TV series, sadly, and it's going to be horrible because even though they're not probably going to use the same script, there's one thing that I remember that Bubbles was supposed to say, and it was the cartoon, the cartoon Powerpuff Girls, the cartoon was just whitewashing us.
Says the white girl.
Of course, isn't that kind of obvious since you look at real life? Who's always sitting there being the white knight?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this real quick. The only way Warner can now redeem themselves is the only way Warner Brothers will ever redeem themselves in the future is if they give us a Shaggy versus DC multiverse film.
Shaggy-san! Shaggy-san!
Oh, God. basically,
Oh,
how
come
I
on,
see it,
Mr. Anime. Admit it. That would be the best thing they could do besides firing abuser Hurd.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
but basically
they
having
definitely need
Shaggy-san
to.
actually, like instead of doing it as like Wonder Woman, what if Shaggy-san actually, was the one who logged off of Mara's head?
No, that would cause the Wokies to demand cancellation, and we've seen that Warner Brothers will bend over to get a proverbial fucking to please the Wokies.
Yeah, they want to please the limp dick losers who don't give two shits about their movies. Which also, speaking of Warner Brothers and stupid decisions, guys, guess what? Apparently, there's going to be a coming out moment for Venom in the fucking new Venom movie.
Venom is a goopy symbiote. It's not
Exactly.
coming out because basically, if we're gonna assign gender to it, it's only what it is when it's on whoever. Like example, Peter Parker. It's got a dick right now, so it's male. But if it decided to put itself on Mary Jane, it's got a vajayjay now, so it's a woman.
So wouldn't that in a technical sense make
Wow,
Venom
I mean,
trans?
if the PG-13 rating wasn't the final nail in the coffin, then that was.
But what's messed up is apparently I was watching the Quartering go review the movie, and also it was going to Flash too. They were talking about how the producer or whoever was creating it was saying this was an important thing that I wanted to do in the movie. It's like really you wanted your little token moment that no one will give two shits about.
That's just the thing, because nobody cares. Nobody freaking cares.
No.
I mean, while we can see that Venom, at least within the films, is a good guy, more or less, considering the other ones are kind of horrifying and want to eat anything that moves, you really want Venom's kind to be the non-binary thing?
Oh, hell no. It's just ridiculous. These people just want, the so-called representation because they just want to actually undo years of success that actually came before them, because based the current year and like all these freaking liberals, they actually have to push their freaking politics up our asses and just say, this is actually for your own good.
Oh, guys, did you hear about this? The Venom Let There Be Carnage account says Eddie says no eating people today, but roasting is allowed. If you can handle a bite from me, comment Venom, roast me. And guess what happened?
You got roasted?
Yeah, and
is that your girlfriend or is that her sister?
Whoa.
That's my best Venom impression.
Oh wait, different thing, but the accounts.
I know it's crap, but
apparently both accounts are gone now unless the Venom thing reinstated. But this guy Nathan Little, he asked to be roasted, and it said that your girlfriend or your sister. He got defensive, went protected, and then deleted his account. And it's like, if you can't handle being roasted, no, if you can't handle the heat, if you can't handle being insulted, don't ask people to roast you.
I know,
either that or if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen.
I mean, that's what pisses me off, because it's like you literally just said, please roast me, and yet you're gonna be a little bitch and run away as soon as someone does roast you. Mind you, this was supposed to be for fun, but you're going to sit there and take offense to it.
Hey, Mr. Anime, I have to cut my time short here. So before I go, stick with the shadows, because at the end of the day, the darkness is always with you. See you guys.
There.
In fact, I'm going to share the tweet from from Christina. That's how I found out about it in the Twitter Council of Weebs for y'all to see.
All right. I'm looking at it right now, so hold on just a second. Oh my god. Oh man. Basically, let me just simply say that anyone who actually, privates their accounts or pretty much, change blocks people, they're a little bitch, in my personal opinion. If you can't learn to actually take a little criticism here and there.
Also, this isn't even a thing of where some jackass decided to butt into a conversation that had nothing to do with them. This guy said, Venom, roast me, and guess what happened? He got fucking roasted, and if you don't like being insulted, you don't say roast me, because that's what's gonna fucking happen. It's like that episode of American Dad where Roger said, I want to be roasted for my birthday. And then he gets upset when everyone, basically roasts him.
Yeah, and basically, didn't they actually do the same thing with that kind of concept in Family Guy when they were actually roasting people?
No idea.
I think they actually, because basically Peter was actually watching a roast about Dean Martin. He said that he wanted to actually be roasted as well. And then he started taking offense to it. Because basically,
this is something that should be forced on people. If they say, I want to be roasted at an event, you force them to watch something like Pamela Anderson's roasting so they know that they are gonna be dragged to hell and back on everything they've done when being roasted.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, you gotta learn to actually take something with a grain of salt. No matter what. No matter how minuscule it is. These freaking spineless snowflakes, they actually they can't even take anything seriously these days. Because, in all seriousness, it's always actually, serious. That's it.
I mean, that was the thing when Neon posted about the whole, crap. We lost Dio.
He'll come back.
Well, that was the whole thing when I posted a certain meme of Mr. Incredible saying, can't these people shut the fuck up for 5 seconds and enjoy something? When it was about the whole, obviously this is a reference to Nazis thing in My Little Pony. It's like, God fucking damn it. Can you just sit down and enjoy something for 5 fucking seconds? Not everything has to be related to Trump, Nazism, or anything else in history. It could just be a silly movie about fucking ponies that is the color of candy.
Not just that, but one thing to also throw out there, clearly they didn't watch the My Little Pony Generation 4 movie, where Storm King also has something similar, and they must have forgotten Starlight Glimmer when she first appeared, because, like, says, why did you, well, I mean, I'm glad you didn't complain, but, where were you then, right? You're going to complain about it now because it's relevant.
Yeah, that's just the thing. You see, it's always something with these people, especially when it came to John Leguizamo actually freaking complaining about, there's actually too many white people in freaking, this upcoming Mario movie, when he doesn't even understand that Keegan-Michael Key is playing Toad and freaking Kevin Michael Richardson is actually playing another villain.
And not just that, but no one cares.
A message in the private thing.
Not just that, but no one cares about the skin color of a freaking voice actress. Like the only time someone ever really care about a voice actress if they're a big name voice actress like Tara Strong, John Domingo, something like that. But other than that, though, no one is going to be, no sane person is going to watch, the new, Pony movie and be like, oh my God, is Sunset, Sunny, Star Scout Skin Carter voice actress Asian or black? No one's going to ask that.
Well,
no
and let's face it. Cree Summers has been playing white characters for as long as she's had a career. I'm not saying anything against her. She's a great voice actress, but nobody has cared until very, very recently, and they still want her to play these white characters. They just don't want somebody white to play anybody of color, and that is just absolutely asinine.
Not unless you're lucky enough to be able to say, "Oh, I have like a black great grandmother."
But they don't care about that anymore. Hell, they're calling people that are actually that actually look black. They're telling them they're not black enough if they agree with us.
Oh God, that's my personal favorite because of how damn stupid it is. Like seriously, Oh wait, you know what? That's good. You know what? That's a good point. Let's talk about Nicki Minaj for one moment. Let's talk about Nicki Minaj because apparently the woke now hate her because she has a voice.
What the hell did she do for the woke to hate her?
Oh, she actually spoke out and basically against something, and basically some of these woke journalists actually started doxing her, like one of her family members, and then they started then they started threatening her and stuff like that.
Oh, in other words, she broke away from the hive mind, so now the hive minds tried to destroy her like they did. Tried to do to Gina.
Yeah, exactly. Because God forbid if you have a brain that functions. You know what? I'm actually proud of Nicki Minaj. I don't really care much for her songs. I mean, she's a good singer, but it's just not my style, not my taste. But I respect her though, because she isn't a part of this damn hive mind where it's like, yes, we are the woke. You will be assimilated.
Consume.
Okay, you literally just mixed the Borg and the Daleks. I've got to give you props on that, dude.
Thank you.
I mean, basically, if you guys ever seen Dave Cullen's show or Competing Forever, both of which are actually really awesome to actually check out. I mean, I totally would recommend checking out Dave Cullen and his content. He actually speaks the absolute truth on certain things.
Anyway, Theo, did you see what I put in the private chat?
Hold up. Let me point my cell phone real quick. Yes, so like the coach leader. Yes, the coach leader.
That's a good one.
For Baba, it's cult as in COLT, not CULT.
Oh no, I got it. I did. I looked at the private chat. I got it.
Yeah, that's
I like
a good one.
But no, it's just at the end of the day, these idiots, they're obnoxious. They have that whole hive mind where you need to be a part of them or else. If they see anything that's against them, they will sit there and say, "How dare you? You need to be canceled." Yada yada yada. Just like that they complained about the
Forget against them. If they don't like it and it's for their own good, they freak the fuck out.
Yeah,
Gina plays a strong, independent female character in The Mandalorian, but it no longer counts anymore because Gina brought up a good point that was against the hive mind.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, and the fact that she's not white and she was playing law enforcement on top of that.
Which also,
and here's the thing.
When I go on, Mr. A.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say was... what I was going to say was, these idiots, they are absolutely brainless. They, again, have the whole hive mind thing going on. When Japan, a country that has nothing to do with what's going on here in America, when Japan made the little Digimon skit with the whole wokeness or PC being the main bad guy, they cried about, which I absolutely loved. and they tried about a couple of them are complaining about the whole My Little Pony New Generation thing, where Sprout made the whole
red, by the way, not orange.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, and
Okay.
Chick Parrot.
I admit it. You saw what happened. You got to admit that post that guy shared made him look orange.
Yeah,
It's
but
all
that
about
was
the
because
lighting,
of the
though.
lighting and stuff.
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
lighting.
and I admitted to that. I admitted to that openly in front of everybody.
Yeah,
Exactly.
his coat is actually red and yellow, which just throwing out there theory time. He is a descendant of Big Mac.
Oh,
Well,
that's
you know what red and yellow makes together. I'm just saying.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, but I mean,
Until he has a colt with a yellow filly, there is no Trump pony that we know of yet.
I'm
we
just
will
saying.
Yeah,
No,
make
anyway.
guys, we will make Equestria great again and make the changelings pay for the world.
Oh God!
Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyway, no, jokes aside though, like I said, it is very easy to believe that everything is an attack now. Now, me personally, it's not really something that I'm gonna go out of my way to watch. My fiance, she loves My Little Pony, and she, if she wants to watch it and I happen to be there, that's fine. But the thing is that we literally saw, I mean, everybody's bad guys are currently either Nazis or Trump or both.
Yeah,
And it's really hard not to see, it's really hard to not believe that this was also supposed to be the case. I'm just trusting y'all because y'all have brains.
Actually, Sprout is more like the left that basically tries to say, "Oh, if you get the vaccination, you're a terrible mother." Like what?
yeah. I mean, Sprout is definitely a embodiment or whatever of
Not to mention
Twitter.
the mob song.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, again, it's Twitter's national anthem.
Mob, 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 mob. Or as I prefer, twit, twit, Twitter.
And not just that, but again, when like I said before, when the movie was first coming out, everyone was kind of concerned because they kept using, or journalists kept using the word activist to describe the main protagonist. But Sunny is technically on par with Charles Xavier, where she just wants all the unicorn, Pegasi, and Earth ponies to live in harmony.
Yeah, but here's the thing, thanks to freaking social media and all these, Twitterati idiots, they're actually just, trying to make everything political. Everything actually is equivalent to.
Oh yeah, they made a journalist made a fucking article about how there was Nazis and stuff in a movie about candy-colored horses. Sometimes it's just about candy-colored horses, not fucking politics.
I miss the days of old when the only lunatics were the over-the-top televangelists who would be like, and Pokemon is satanic. Dungeons and Dragons is the devil.
Harry Potter. Yeah, but here's what gets me about Harry Potter. Now the people that defended her in the past are now saying she's the devil. Like that poor woman, J.K. Rowling, literally cannot catch a fucking break at all.
Yeah, I'm not happy she's a TERF, but I'm not gonna.
She never said anything that was TERF-like. All she was saying was that there is a difference between a woman and a trans woman. She wasn't invalidating trans women. She wasn't saying that they didn't have a right to exist and to be trans women. She was just stating that there is a biological difference between a natural-born woman and a trans woman. There's nothing TERF about that.
Well, yeah, the same thing can be said about a trans man.
She said that as well. I was just encompassing.
Look,
but
my point is, I'm not going to tell the woman to go off herself. I'm just going to stop buying stuff, and the only time I'll ever get Harry Potter merch is if family gets it for me, because my family knows me well enough to know that I love Harry Potter.
Well, but that's the thing. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and basically, welcome Bobby Campbell, welcome Omega Katana. It's good to actually have you guys on board. But here's the thing: all these people just really need to learn to take a step back and see the bigger picture, because at the end of the day, freaking nobody cares about their politics. Nobody cares about what kind of pronouns they actually use in their bios. Nobody cares about that stuff because it's just pointless.
Also, apparently, until the turn of the century, aka closer to around when it was getting closer to where we'd be in a new millennium, like say from 1900 to 2000. Apparently, before then, Irish people were considered not white, which is confusing as hell.
Right, I see.
Yeah. Try being of Irish descent and being told that you're not white, but being of Native American descent and being told you're too white to be Native.
I know.
That is just hypocritical, because basically that would be me, because I'm actually Irish, Scottish, French Canadian, English, freaking Norwegian, Scandinavian. I'm also African American and now I'm a Native American. You actually see what's been going on here. They're trying to erase people that actually have more than one freaking culture in their blood.
Well, and that's the thing. I get, that's the thing. I get told that I mean, hell, it's ridiculous because my family has a lot of Chickasaw in us, and then the rest of our ancestors we can trace back to the Cunningham clan in they were a Scotch-Irish clan. Like, they moved from Scotland to Ireland, or from Ireland to Scotland when the British decided to take the surplus of Irish people and dump them over in Scotland. And then when they decided they weren't wanted there, they moved over here. And that's that's the thing. My ancestors on both sides have been mistreated, but I don't feel like I'm oppressed daily. And according to the left, it's because I have white skin.
No, it's because, we live in fucking reality. Everybody is oppressed. When you stop looking at each other and look at the damn government who's saying, hey, this is what you can think, this is what you can eat, this is what you can say, this is how you can say it, this is what you can and cannot do. We are all being oppressed by the same asshole governments, and they are trying to make us think it's, that guy over there who is black or Mexican or whatever. The enemy isn't each other; it is them.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Let me amend that by saying I don't feel more oppressed than my neighbor.
No, because guess what?
Exactly.
Guess what? We all make the same damn job. If me and Dee Dee went to work at fucking, I don't know, the hospital, okay? We're both heart surgeons, top notch, etc., etc. Guess what? We both will be making the same amount of money. The only time
that's not always true. Some people are better at negotiating than others, but it's not because of your skin color or because of your genitalia. It's some people are just better at negotiating for salary than others.
Well,
also, Bobby Campbell brings this up. He says they're obsessed with politics. It's their twisted, sadistic religion, and that's creepy, weird, and evil.
Amen.
Yes.
My cat's got her butt in my face.
Well, I would do something about that.
I can't. If I try to push her off, she'll claw me.
I
think I'd rather have the claws than the ass.
Get away from me, Sweetum.
I've been meaning to ask you this. I've been meaning to ask you this, Dee Dee. How did you come up with the name Sweetum? I mean, just asking.
Was it the Muppets?
She reminded me of Sweetum's the ogre creature.
From the Muppets, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I thought it. That's what I thought at first. I just want to make sure that I was right. Like.
Okay. I've always wanted.
You heard her meowing, didn't you? She got
yeah.
when I tried to move her, and she's like, "No," and bit out.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you son of a bitch! Ah, God, that fucking hurt!
Ow.
Someone's not getting
Okay.
tuna tonight.
So yeah, well, so I have this brilliant idea, and I'm still trying to find the right artist that I think I want to commission this from. I want the original cover where the Hulk fights Wolverine. I like the two of them, going like hardcore, going after each other. I want that to be redrawn as Animal and Sweetums.
That would be cool. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
I mean,
Oh.
I named my dog, who I've had for like 3 or 4 years, Sirius, because she's a little black dog.
Ah, nice.
And my uncle said she looked like a wolf, so it also relates to Remus.
Bobby Omega, y'all are both absolutely correct.
Yeah, in fact, Bobby Cable says they blame everyone and everything for their inadequacies, shortcomings, failures, horrible differences, lack of skills, jealousy, and mental illness. And then, of course, Omega Katana says that's why we need to bring back mental health and
Huzzah.
job opportunities. Because,
I'm sorry, but this is like the fat logic thing. Look, I'm not going to say my genetics don't have anything to do with my body size, because my mother was a heavy woman. My grandmother, who is my mother's mother, was a heavy woman. But they were also skinny when they were younger. So it's basically a thing of, if I don't try, it's my own fault if I can't get up. And are you going to become like serious and get mad every time I'm talking to someone?
Oh,
You're
God.
supposed to be paying attention to her. Undivided attention to her.
Oh, wait. No, Katie, this is my pot pie.
Anyway, but I can't stand these women who are like, y'all should fat shame. Billy, help me. I need to go take a crap. And it's like, yeah, at least I can say I can go to the bathroom by myself. Unlike you fat amorphous blob bitch.
Oh,
Like what I said before. First of all, I believe, you can be fat, whatever, do as you please, do as you desire. But there's a difference between a beautiful fat woman and a damn whammon, aka Triggity Poe. A beautiful fat woman owns her beauty, owns her sexy, delicious fatness. Yes, Anna Candy, yes. And, also, going in real life, Candy Godiva, my favorite SSBBW ever. Yes, Queen Latifah. And, the negative, the bad fat, if you will, would be Triggity Puff and every single third wave, and I mean that in every sense of the word, feminist.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I even actually added like a BBW Magical Murder Girl to like my story as well. But like before she became like an MMG, she actually started off as like one of those genetically engineered magical girls, which I've actually also added into the story as well. Mm-hmm. But the other magical girls, they always called her the hippo because of how freaking big she was.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah. Also, by the way, before I forget, Geek Hero. Okay, yes. So when you asked me about the whole how does my characters in my universe get stronger and power up now, what I'm thinking of doing is, okay, so, everything revolves around basically spirits and essence and stuff like that. What I'm thinking of doing is maybe it will involve the will to live. Like, the stronger the will, you can take in bigger damage, but the weaker the will, the easier it is to kill you. And, the way to get stronger is through meditation, since to be fair, they do say like meditation, it kind of opens the third eye and is good for, the mind, body, and spirit and stuff.
I can see that. That's and I mean, the realization that one has to be more sure of themselves in order to stay alive is absolutely a very positive message for everybody, especially now. You want to talk about bringing back mental health? That is one of the ways you can do it.
And yeah, that's because I wanted to be something more unique instead of it being your typical. We have to, train by beating the crap out of each other. Challenge the, going from a goblin to a troll to, a dragon. Like no, just basically kind of meditation, get your spirit stronger and stronger. If anything, this would be on par with Piccolo from, Dragon Ball Z, where all he has to really do is meditate to increase his power level.
Hey Dio, I posted some pictures in the Council of Weebs on Twitter.
I mean, to be fair, I can't look at it because I'm on my cell phone and I am on the StreamYard on Twitter. So if I look at it, it's going to kick me out.
Yeah, that happens to me more often than.
Oh, I got.
Yeah, that happens. Oh, go ahead.
I posted some Eddie Candy pictures for you.
Well, I mean, I can still look at them when I'm done, though. I mean, I did try to go on the use the internet, my internet instead of using my app, but it kicked me out even then.
Ooh. Yeah, but those are pretty good.
Well, anyone else who can go to Twitter, please look at the pictures and you'll see an example of an attractive girl.
Yeah, I'm also on my cell phone and the same boat he is.
Actually, you know what? No, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, yeah, but I actually just checked it out and I really enjoyed it. I mean, that was actually pretty freaking cool. And also, Bobby Campbell actually makes a good point. Why does Hollywood still pandering to a 10% vocal minority of Kool-Aid hair dye having sadistic killers that don't care about these products and don't buy any of these things? And then these SJWs are unattractive vile feminists, got poor taste in everything, including life, and most importantly, they're actually addicted to twatter.
Well, one could say I'm addicted to twatter too, so
Okay, I'm back. And also, it looks like Cheetah is doing some BDSM stuff with Etta Candy in that last image.
Well,
I support it.
Wonder Woman first came out, she was more of a thing for the boys overseas fighting Hitler to look at. But she eventually morphed into one of the biggest, powerful women you could, well, not Etta Candy, but Wonder Woman. The point is, a lot of the kinky stuff you see in the older stuff is because it was supposed to be for the men.
Oh, yeah, I get it, because I remember her weakness back then was just having her hands tied.
Yeah.
And they got rid of that because of just how stupid that was.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But I totally get it. Like it would be okay if it was like an itchy anime where you got this hot, thick dominatrix girl, and then her weakness is getting tied. I mean, yeah, okay, there's a place for that. But with superheroes like comics, not so much, unless you are going with like a rated M hero.
Well,
like Empowered.
Well, eventually Wonder Woman stopped being the. Oh, I've been tied. My hands have been tied. I hope no men are watching.
Basically anything that actually brings about the so-called toxic male gaze is actually unacceptable to these freaking feminists.
Which, I mean, to be fair, there's no such thing as toxic male gaze, because when you say this is, this sexy piece of ass is toxic male gaze, guess what? You are, disrespecting and erasing the lesbians and bisexual women who also enjoy the cake and the plot.
I'm also going to say this, out of all characters in DC or Marvel to make gay, why not make Etta and Wonder Woman gay? Because when you look at the old stuff, it kind of comes off that Etta had a thing for Wonder Woman. I mean, don't surrender, babe, I can take it. When Wonder Woman's like, I'll submit as long as Etta is not hurt. That sounds like someone trying to protect the woman they love, you know?
Yeah, and again,
but you don't have to turn. You don't have to turn every heterosexual like relationship like that gay either.
Well, my point is, I'm surprised they didn't go with this because it would be more obvious of a, well, it makes sense why they would go for these two, despite it's more of a platonic thing when you look at the early stuff. But they take characters like Iceman, and I'm like, where the fuck did Iceman come off as gay?
Yeah, I mean, Iceman has always been about the coochie.
Also, Bobby Campbell says this. Everyone, you're not going to hear this. Todd McFarlane has bent the knee to the clowns that don't read none of his work.
I have already talked about this to a lot of people.
And I will stick with the animated series and the movie from the 90s.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to understand.
How do you make something so cool and awesome?
Whoa. Let's on the talk, all right?
Okay, all I was saying, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you a minute ago. I was just saying for future reference that that I do have an opinion on it afterwards. But no, all I'm saying is he has been in contact with these studios. He has been trying to speak, trying to negotiate since 2015 to get this movie made, and then every time he went to the negotiating table, they took more and more control away from him. He was kind of blinded. He wanted this movie made, and now I have to admire the man because he has come out outright and told his fans, his real fans, yeah, this movie's going to be woke. The fact of the matter is that I am not delusional. I understand that he's a businessman. If this movie, like for instance, the new Power Rangers movie, it lost money at the box office, but it helped sell so many toys that Bandai, and Saban ended up coming out on top. So maybe, perhaps, if this movie helps him sell more action figures, yeah, I'm not stupid. I know he'll come out and he'll say, "Oh yeah, this movie was great," and they'll make another one. But on the same token, if this movie loses him money, he's going to be very, very quick to say, yeah, I warned y'all because the studio did what the studios do. And the thing is, as I said, as I've argued with others on Twitter already, I have to admire how honest he is being and how upfront he is being about this. He did not pull a Kevin Smith. He didn't tell us, oh yeah, this is going to be the greatest thing that Spawn has ever done. He is outright saying the studio is making this woke. He's now under contractual obligation to let it happen. So, the best he can do is tell us this is going woke. Now, on the one hand, it might be that he's psychologically preparing us. If you tell people it's going to be bad, they walk in with low expectations and it's better than what they think, they'll tell their friends and more people will come see it. On the other hand, if it's actually worse than what he's saying, at the very least, we can say that he warned us. And I don't know, some people think that he's two-faced and shifty, to which case I say, duh. The man has literally, he left DC and Marvel because he didn't feel like they were paying him enough money. Him and all of the Image guys have sold out 8 Ways to Wednesday, and they have done so without hesitation. They have done so without, everything that they have done has been for money. They never lied to us about it. They never, especially Todd, he never lied to us about it. He stated, my goal, like Ethan Van Sciver states, my goal is to make money. And I refuse to demonize somebody if that is their goal. He wants power and influence, and you only get that through money. That being said, if this movie does alienate half his fan base and he decides to defend it anyway after the fact, I might be changing my tune. But as of now, this is just Todd McFarlane doing what Todd McFarlane does best. I know what it's like on a much smaller scale, but I know what it's like to give up too much control for something that I wanted to bring to reality. It's no longer, it's no longer his anymore. And That's just something that he's going to have to live with, and something we as fans are going to have to live with until he can find a way to wrest control away from the wokies.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I mean, at least props to him for just being flat out honest with you. He could just do, like you said, a Kevin Smith and, side slappers. But no, he says like, hey guys, listen, this is going to be woke. Beware, be prepared, whatever. It's going to be woke. And I'm at least glad that he has done that rather than say, hey, this is going to be cool, check it out. Because there's nothing stopping him from saying, "Hey, check out this movie."
I'm gonna say this. I sympathize with Geeky Sparkle and anyone who was a fan of the original She-Ra, because I watched it from time to time with my brother, but I was never really a fan of it. But considering what they did to the Powerpuff Girls in 2016, I understand what it feels like to have something that you loved that was part of shaping you in your childhood basically destroyed by people who just wanted a cash grab and didn't get what made the original great.
Exactly.
That's what they want to do. They just want to undo the success, successful franchise. Like, look at freaking Terminator with the Terminator Woke Fate. They actually just destroyed the Terminator by actually, eating off John Connor.
Although I would love to see a final Terminator movie where they merge that entire multiverse, because that is nothing short of a multiverse at this point.
The only thing I'll give that crappy film is at least they didn't try to rehash the same story just with someone of color being it, and instead have her be the one who leads the rebellion.
Don't give them too much credit. There was a plan that they're revisiting now. I saw this on this site has very, very little credibility, but I don't doubt it because I don't doubt it. Apparently, now this part we know for sure. There was an idea for for not the most previous Terminator movie, but the one right before it, where Arnold has to fight the younger version of himself. Like, they had the two Terminators going at it and everything. The one where the chick that plays Daenerys is Sarah Connor. Anyway, they had one of the ideas in that was for the younger Terminator to be an offshoot, like a time loop thing, and so the younger Terminator is still him, but decided to take on a female form instead.
Whoa.
And they're talking about revisiting that for future movies, so don't give them too much credit yet.
Yeah, in fact, I just actually haven't seen a freaking Terminator since Rise of the Machines, so.
Well, that was the last good one, apparently.
Yeah.
The only reason I accept the third one is because it brings up a good point. If John Connor prevented D-Day as it is from happening, how the fuck does he still exist, considering his father would have been a child at the time when, Sarah Connor was supposed to get pregnant?
I don't know. It depends on what the timeline is like, or what the time travel is like. Like, for instance, in Dragon Ball Z, Trunks went back and changed a lot of history, but his future still existed. If you go by a multiversal effect, his that version, paradoxes exist without any consequence. So I mean, it just depends on how all you look at it.
And I absolutely loved.
But if they do a branch off thing, what was the whole fucking point of the third movie to say you only delayed it then?
I feel like what they set up was that in Terminator, it's inevitable, it's bound to happen eventually. So they have to continuously fight it, kind of like Batman, We all know eventually he's going to get too old. Eventually Gotham's going to get overrun. There is zero futures where Gotham is a utopia and everybody has a good day. But he's going to continue to fight the good fight until he's dead and in the ground.
Oh, so it's basically like Doctor Who, where certain points in history have to happen or all of time will implode on itself, like River Song trying to kill Hitler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I want to bring up with the whole Dragon Ball Z Trunks timeline thing, I looked in the Abridged series when Cell was talking to Trunks about that whole thing, and he's like, multiverse is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I remember seeing this short someone made where it's called Trunks Goes to a Strip Club, and it's Vegeta saying, "Son, you're now a man. I'm taking you to a strip club." And he's like, "Why'd you bring me here, Dad?" He's like, "Because I want you to be a real man." He's like, "Dad, I was like one of the few males left in the world in my timeline. I got so much pussy. Humanity is going to be related for years to come."
Oh, God. Maybe the androids were right after all.
Oh, wait, also, speaking of androids and shit, did you hear that one dumbass from Funimation who I think they are attacking the voice actor of Android 16?
17, but yeah.
Yeah, 17, yeah.
Chuck Huber.
Carrie Doty, the bitter bitch.
Yeah, and it's just, will these woke-ass losers just walk off a cliff? Will they just bungee jump up the Grand Canyon without a bungee cord?
You got to be careful with that. I told a guy on Twitter to play in traffic, and Twitter banned me for 24 hours. So, you know.
There's actually, the funny thing about it is, most people were like, "Who is this woman?" While they were like, like, "Oh, that's terrible." Chuck was just trying to say that this fan is on the spectrum, so, you know, handle him with kid gloves, because he's not going to understand that, you know, saying what he said is not a good thing.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Also, Bobby Campbell actually says, you know, do these feminists play games? No. Do they read comics? No. Do they watch movies?
Nope.
No. Do they watch anime? No. All they do is
if I had a nickel for every one of them that told me that our entertainment was trash, yeah, they're like, it needs to change, but the fact that you like it at all makes you trash. They're obviously, if they're going to call anybody that likes it trash while at the same time saying it needs to change, they really just need to shut the fuck up.
Not just that, but you also got to remember these fucking humpback whales and donkeys and mules and whatever ugly creatures you can insert here. They're jealous because fictional women and even real women look beautiful, and the ugly fear the beauty, just like the weak fear the strong. It's all about jealousy. They want to be beautiful, but yet they want you to look at them beautiful and get a goddamn boner. I'm sorry, women, but my penis will never in a million years get erected with your ugly fucking face. Okay. Even if I was to take Viagra, your face will be more than enough to make it go back down.
In some cases, it would cause men to become women because their penises would be sucked into their bodies.
Well, then that would definitely be giving them what they want.
Yeah, true. And then you have these the trans, the asshole trans, we'll call them, who want us to date them, and it's like, I don't want to date you, not because you're trans, but just because I'm not interested in you. I have the right to be attracted to who I fucking want to.
Look, in my case, if you fit in my types in men and women, I don't care if you used to be a woman or used to be a man. Just don't be a dick to me, and we'll have a good relationship. You're a dick.
Unless that's what you want at the time.
I am never gonna want a dickhead, ever.
I think it was trying to make.
I
more
was
of a
making.
joke.
I was being mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, besides,
Yeah.
we
I was making a sex
actually
joke.
talk shit to each other. That's all that matters. Because, at the end of the day, people are actually allowed to talk shit, and, it's not offending anybody. I mean, we don't actually cry re whenever someone talks freaking shit about us. I mean, we're actually just, bantering each other, having a good time, getting some, personal issues off our chest. This is our little get together where we can actually just unwind and just make ourselves feel better ish.
Also, I used to hate the term fake geek girl. Now it's a thing of, you know what? We women who like things like comics, we gotta be able to know practically everything just to show we actually do love comics and aren't like these assholes who are like, well, can we make Iceman gay? No,
Well, but
make
see,
a new
Didi,
character.
that's the thing. That's the thing. We were never talking about girls like you when we were talking about fake geek girls. That's a lot of industry pros are getting into that problem right now. Fabian Natzia, he's been a comic book artist since the mid '80s. The dude is on point. I absolutely love this guy's writing and stories. He has managed to skitter around the wokeness the best he can and navigate against it. But the problem is that every time we talk bad about his woke colleagues, he assumes we're also talking about him. And so he lashes out at us as well. And because he's defending them, he thinks that an attack on them is an attack on him. And that is not the case. We like him, and he can't seem to get that through his head that he's not the problem. And, luckily in your case, you understand now that, you're a real geek girl, and it's okay that fake geek girls get called out for their fakeness.
But here's the thing, though. Here's one more throughout that, though. Like, even in the 90s and 80s, no boy ever, unless it was in a cartoon or a movie, no boy ever said, ew, no girls allowed, you have cooties. And girls can't play video games because they have cooties. And no boy has ever said that in real life.
That's what confused me about that whole.
A couple would have had to have, but I get your point.
That's what confused me about that whole boys don't like girls playing video games thing. Because while my grandparents would get my brother, the Game Boy and games and stuff, and they never really got me anything until I knew I was getting a Nintendo 64 for Christmas, got me any games, my brother would let me play with his Game Boy and all the games he had. He didn't care as long as I didn't break the damn thing.
Yes,
exactly.
There you go.
When I was younger, people always say, "Oh, girls can't play games." I was like, why the fuck does it matter? I'm like, and then what I really hate is when people say, "Oh, you lost to a girl." I'm like, dude, what the fuck does it matter?
If anything, that means the girl has fucking skill. Like, mad respect to the damn girl.
What?
I never understood what was so significant about the gender. Anytime someone tends to be better at the games, like, oh, she's a girl, you lost to a girl. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. That's the thing.
You guys like you and me, we always thought that. We thought that when other guys were acting like dumbasses. But because we didn't go even further than that, now all the wokies pretend we're just as bad as those guys.
And here's the thing.
One year when I was at a convention playing Pokemon Y, teamed up with a guy against two other guys, won 8 rounds before the guy I was teamed up with had to leave.
Wow.
Nice. And again, if I or anyone for that matter loses, like to say if you're playing a fighting game, right? If you lose to a female who's, say, using Hahachi from Tekken, right? Because Hahachi's an advanced character, like Yoshimitsu, Jin, and several other characters. If you lose to a person, man or a woman, with that character, the gender doesn't matter. They got mad skill because that's an advanced character, and instead of being like, oh my god, you lost to a... Like, no, dude, shut up. Show some respect.
How about you lose to a joke character? Like, what's his face who has the cute karate gi?
Okay, yeah, then we can make fun
Pierre
of you.
from Soul Calibur.
Then we can make fun of you, like, dude, you lost to this, not the person who played it, but the joke character. Like, dude, you lost to this character. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of impressive if you can win with the joke character, you know?
Me
Well, yeah,
personally, I never understood that stupid shit. If you're playing a game, if there's a joke character in there, and there's oh, you lost to a joke character, why the fuck does it matter? It's a fucking character. It's a video game. Play it.
well,
Personally,
yeah, but I mean, it's more for fun,
personally,
though.
I'd
Like,
be impressed with the person who was able to win with the joke character because the joke character is supposed to be crap, you know?
I know,
Right, not-
but I mean, like, you can still play with them. In my, for what I'm seeing, like Dan for Hibiki from Street Fighter, for an example, people play with him. He's supposed to be a crap character, but a lot of people play with him. If I lost to a Dan player, people's like, "Oh, you lost to Dan." I'm like, you love blowing things out of proportion because you're a fucking idiot.
If I were to make a fighting game, Anita Sarkeesian would be a joke character.
oh.
And
Okay,
if
but
someone
I'll tell you.
succeed with her, I'd be like, okay, brava. I didn't think
You need to
take a
no.
knee-
You also need to give her bigger breasts, a bigger ass, and put her in a skimpy outfit. But make that make it very, very much her face.
Yeah. Also, make sure she has those god awful ugly hoop earrings.
God, I hate hoop
See,
earrings.
I never thought the hoop earrings were bad. They actually look cute on her.
But now, I mean, one thing I do want to say, like, I am more impressed with someone who can play an advanced character as well as a slow-ass character. I was watching this one video of someone playing Tekken, and they were at a tournament, right? They used the panda, I forgot her name, but they used the panda, who is, mind you, a low-tier character due to how slow she is, but yet he was kicking ass and taking names with this character, and I'm impressed with that.
Oh, Tekken. My brother had, those discs they would give you for PlayStation 1 so you could try demos and stuff. We had the demo of Tekken, and no matter what character he played as, I always kicked his butt with the one female character you were allowed to choose from.
That's awesome. But okay, the most impressive thing I have done in a fighting game, though. Back when I had Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on the PS2, I was sitting there. I had just got home from school and stuff. It was a Friday night. My little brother, he's 10 years younger than me. So all of a sudden, I hear him cackling and laughing. I had just... I had dozed off while I was playing the game. I was still on the menu screen. He had went and chosen as my character. He had chosen me to play Bobbity, and he had chosen Broly in his full powered form as my opponent. And then he's laughing and waking me up. I am already 2/3 of my power freaking gone. This was back when I played this game non-fucking stop. I managed to pull off the win against Broly with Bobbity, but holy freaking shit, I think I had heart palpitations for a week after that.
Nice.
Your brother is lucky that it was you and not me as their sibling, because you can ask my younger sister. If you
I tell my brother all the time how lucky he is he didn't have different siblings.
Because you can ask my younger sister. If she ever touched anything of mine without my permission and she ruined it, I was never happy with her when she did that. So, your brother probably would have had his ass kicked.
Yeah, there were a lot of times he deserved to have his ass kicked. But, things happen.
I mean, this is like the story of the guy whose parents forced him to let his little cousin play his game of Pokemon, and he's like, no, I'm in the middle of a quest. You're dealing with the hideout where you usually find the Master Ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What happened to the Master Ball? The little brat used it on a fucking Pidgey.
Oh, God.
And
it's like, you son of a bitch, there's only one of those ever made in each game. lucky if you can get a regular Pokeball and not just necessarily the traditional Pokeball, a Pokeball in general that's not a Master Ball to fucking work on a legendary.
Yeah, because it's going to take about 90 fucking Ultra Balls to even, hopefully catch a Mewtwo.
And God help you if you get one of the legendaries that will instantly flee if it fails to be caught.
Oh, you're talking about Generation 2? Oh, God, I hated those SOBs.
So I can see why the guy was upset, because it's like, you only get the one Master Ball. You use it on something stupid like a Pidgey, you might as well give your game to someone who knows how to play Pokemon.
And what I always hate is how the parents will always sit and say, it's just a video game. Yeah, cool. Guess what? I still put in my hours of hard work into this damn game.
That's when, like, example, let's say the dad likes to make model planes. That's when I go in his room and destroy every model plane. And when he throws a fit saying, they're just model planes. I mean, it's not like you spent hours.
Yeah, there you go. See, there you go. A perfect example. A perfect example, because it's like, this is a hobby of mine that I enjoyed, that I put in, my hours and stuff like that, and, hard work, and all of a sudden it's all thrown out the window because of some dumbass. Like, oh God, I put in, 200 hours in the Legend of the Dragoon, game back in the PS1 era. And, I worked so damn hard from start to finish. Now, my, honorary sister, she was playing Crash Bandicoot, and she didn't know how to save. And so she saved in every single time slot, including over all the games.
Oh, my heart! My heart, that hurts me so!
200 hours, mind you!
Oh, God, I wish I was there to give you a hug, Dio, because that is so beautiful to hear.
Forget giving him a hug. Why would you wish you were there to give him a hug? Why don't you wish you were there 2 minutes before so you could have stopped her from doing that?
Because
he would like that a whole lot more than the hug.
Because as I told you, Bubba, I would have kicked your brother's ass. You really want me to kick a little girl's ass?
Oh, no. I meant stop her before she did it and keep her, tell her, no. This is how you save it, You tell you the game saving, you can tell her you're the game saving fairy.
Yeah, that way the space-time continuum won't break or anything. You're just space-time.
Dude, if I have the power to travel through time, you think I'm not gonna find winning lottery numbers to give to my dad in the past?
I have a long, convoluted plan that would keep me, that would make my family well off, but not filthy, stinking rich. That way, I would have certain advantages, but I would be able to make it believable. That way, eventually, when time travel becomes, prominent, they won't come back and slag me for, messing with the timeline.
Yeah, see, what I would do is I would do time stuff to take over the
Well,
fair enough.
Well, thing I probably would do is go back around the time my mother passed away and tell my past self, for the love of God, don't tell your fucking sister-in-law, your fucking older sister about the settlement, because she's going to tell your sister-in-law about it, and then your sister-in-law is going to stick her fucking fingers in the thing, and you're going to end up spending 6 years waiting for money for your mother's car wreck to come in because your sister-in-law kept sticking her fingers in the goddamn thing.
Hold on. How come you won't just stop the car crash in general?
Go ahead.
How come you won't just stop the car crash in general? Just pretend to be sick and then your mom, takes care of you.
Because my mom was coming home from work, Dio.
Oh.
Honestly, though,
I'm so sorry.
Honestly, though, if I had only one shot to change anything in my family history, I would go back to about a year before my grandmother was diagnosed with lung cancer, and I would let my
Jesus
doctor
fucking Christ, dude.
I would let my doctor know that it is not walking pneumonia, that it, you know, our doctor at the time, because he was our family physician, I would let him know to check her for lung cancer before it spread too far. That way, I can promise you now, my entire life, everything that happened from that moment, from the moment she was diagnosed to the moment she passed, everything in my family's life had, you know, for a good 5 years were dominated by that. You know, if she at least had a fighting chance to beat it early on, I don't think she would still be with us now. I think she would have eventually died of old age. Bear in mind, this was 15 years ago, and she was 76 years old. But she would have lived a little longer. It would have been a little bit, you know, my family would have had to have played nice for just a little bit longer, and things would be a hell of a lot different. But unfortunately, my family went from being, you know, normal to playing a game of Highlander where there can be only one in about 0.2. So, you know, things happen.
Another thing is, if I could choose only one celebrity, doesn't matter if they're in movies or what have you, I would go back to 1997 when Rowling was writing her first book saying it's going to be a juggernaut, but for the love of God, don't say anything about trans men or women. Trust me, you'll thank me later, because holy shit, people are fucking nuts.
Well, see, no, it was 91 when they came out in Britain. They had been out for almost a decade before they came out here.
Harry Potter?
Yeah, they had been out, like, they'd been out from like 92, 93. Like, she was writing in 91.
Okay, hold on.
Well, if it's about,
I might be wrong. I'll admit, but I don't think so.
But, well, that's why I'm going to check. Okay. Okay, here's the first book. Published June 26, 1997.
Okay, well, shit. But she had been working on those for 10 years before she actually released the first one. She didn't finish the fifth, sixth, and seventh until after the fourth one was published. But she did. She had been working on them for quite some time.
Look, my point is, I would go back, warn her not to say anything. Doesn't matter what her opinion is, because holy fuck, people are fucking crazy. I mean, am I happy with what she said? Not really, but I'm not going to tell her.
But like I said, she didn't really say anything. She didn't really say anything wrong. She wasn't attacking anybody. They just took it out of proportion.
Look, my point is, I wouldn't say the woman needs to off herself just because I don't like her opinion.
Yeah,
and another thing that really freaking pisses me off.
So
another
basically,
thing that pisses me off there,
basically, it'd be me warning her, please just listen to me. People are fucking nuts. They will take what you say out of context. Please, when it comes to trans men and women, don't fucking say anything, for the love of God.
Yeah. Also, another thing that really freaking pisses me off, guys, is how people always actually keep telling people that they don't like to, off themselves. It's like, seriously, is that like, the best, like, offensive, like, thing to do? Like, I've actually had someone on freaking fanfiction tell me that my writing style sucked, that they wish that I was actually getting killed by, some black dude, and like, freaking.
Why the fuck do people continue reading stories if they don't like them? I usually give a story one chapter, and if it doesn't catch me, I move on with my life. I don't put myself through something I don't like, and I certainly don't tell people, oh, you're awful, go kill yourself.
Because, Dee, you have this thing called a life. The woke, on the other hand, don't have a life. They're just more...
Not just a life, a conscience.
Yeah, I mean, they're just morbidly obese, neckbeard basement dwellers who, basically live in their parents' basement while their mothers hope to God that they die soon and are ridden of this burden.
And they have to keep spending their money on tissue and lotion for these motherfuckers. Like, come on.
Guys, if
Lord have mercy.
I know we don't like Netflix for the whole cuties thing, but if you have Netflix, Kid Cosmic, especially season 2, because the villain is basically like a neckbeard. He basically simps for a planet that destroys other planets. And he's like, once I have all the cosmic stones, mommy, I'll move out. And then he doesn't do it when he finally does, saying, there could be more cosmic stones. And it's like, and his mother just gives this look of, you son of a bitch, you told me you were going to move out once you got these fucking stones.
Oh, God.
Fair enough.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Also, you guys ever heard of SCP?
Yeah, the whole monster creepypasta thingy. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that shit has a fan base that overpowers the absolute fuck out of the goddamn motherfucking characters.
Oh no.
So on a scale of My Hero Academia to Rick and Morty, what are we talking here?
Man, I'm talking about they scale them to DC Comics level fucking overpowered.
Oh my God.
Man, it's always so annoying. Like, it was fun the first time, the first couple of monsters, but then they kept going and going and going and going. It's like, okay.
They're making all these fucking SCP-580, SCP-69, SCP... Shut the... I fucking can't stand these guys. And then they always glorify the fact that, oh, this SCP can kill any man or any... Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you always talk about how these SCPs can...
That defeats the purpose of the whole organization collecting these items.
Yeah.
It's like...
If this thing can kill any man, then there's no way it could be captured by this organization because it can kill anyone that goes after it.
Yeah, whoever has a penis.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You're talking about, characters getting undue clout. Now, I was at my comic book shop last week, and there was this woman in there that, now it was her man that brought this up, and he brought it up in front of not the main comic book guy, but the guy that, the guy that takes over. Like, the owner has been out for a little while. He had surgery, and so his right-hand man has gone kind of crazy with power. He's making everybody wear masks that come in, regardless of their vaccine, status or not. He's just absolutely gone fucking nuts. Anyway, and if he ever hears this, I haven't said anything that I have not said or wouldn't say to his face. But anyway, he knows that I think he's a hypochondriac and a weirdo. But anyway, so the point is that there was this woman and her guy in there. When I first got there, he just kind of sighed when I walked in, and I understand that the owner is like the main guy. He's the one that actually likes me, and I used to think it was just all the other minions that didn't like me very much, and then all the other minions walked out except for him, and he still treats me like they did. So I had to stop and think, okay, maybe he really is, not on my side, but whatever. So this woman and her guy are in there talking, and have any of y'all heard of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur?
Yes.
No, sorry.
Okay, so Devil Dinosaur was an old school Jack Kirby creation. He, he's a giant red dinosaur with
I'm a
power.
dinosaur.
I mean, you get the point. Okay, so anyway, they had this girl. She's a 9-year-old black girl. They named her Moon Girl, and super intelligence is her power, basically. And for some reason they called her Moon Girl. And anyway, towards the end of her run, which was 45 comics, so about 5 years, 4.5, 5 years, towards the end of a 45 comic issue run, from 2015 to 2019, I believe. Anyway, she they had her take some weird cosmic test where they declared at the end of it that she is the smartest character in all of Marvel Comics. And this woman could not seem to understand, this woman who has all 45 issues, could not seem to understand how a long time old school fan, or even, because I'm not as old as this woman is, but the point is that, or how an old, like someone who appreciates and knows the old school stuff, how they might take offense to that, considering there are characters like Bruce Banner, characters like Tony Stark, characters like Hank Pym, but most importantly, the actual smartest character in all of the Marvel Comics universe, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, the leader of the Fantastic Four. And the fact of the matter is, I said something to her, like, because her dude was hoping that the guy at the comic shop would help him. He did not. In fact, he kind of egged her on, and so when I jumped in, she then decided that I'm a misogynistic male, and that and I even I'd even said I was like she's been around, she was around for 4.5 years and then got ghosted. We haven't seen her since.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Bubba. First of all, I wish I knew about Moon Girls, so when I say this, I could have added this to the woman. But first of all, I'd have told the guy running the shop while the other guy was out, dude, you're running a comic book shop, not the fucking country.
Well, his other job is on a college campus, and he walks that woke line really, really strong. So,
and then,
so I mean,
And then I wish I had known about Moon Girl so I could point out to this woman if I were there, lady, this girl didn't exist until recently, so no, she's not the smartest fucking character in Marvel.
I did say that, and she told me, she said, well, any woman, especially a black woman, has to prove herself for at least a decade before anybody will take her seriously. I'm like, any character, male, woman, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Any character has to be around for at least a decade before anybody takes them seriously. They have to be shown in the proper light. They have to build their clout. You can't just declare it on the fly.
That's my point. Sorry. The only thing this bitch would have had to use against me is that the character's black because I'm a woman. So what's she gonna say? I'm a male chauvinist pig when I'm toting a vagina?
Yeah, well, no, you're guilty of internal misogyny. You have to know all their.
That's when I would punch her in the face.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I'm not going to punch a fellow patron in the face. The fact of the matter is that I have to give her props on two things. This woman in the comic shop. One, she is at least. I should have known. I should have known better than to open my mouth when when I walked in, because she was busy yelling because the owner had put her and her fiance in the same, because they'd been together so long. He had started putting them to consolidate space in the same box. Renee and I have been doing that for years. It's not a problem. We're in the same pool box. That he puts a little divider in between it, keeps her stuff on, in there as well as my stuff. It has never been a problem. She was offended by this. She just had to have her own box. But anyway, so that was a problem to begin with. But anyway, like I said, her guy is about as spineless as it gets, because he brings this up and then starts trying to cower, when she starts going off. And I am not one to just let a bomb go off in the middle of everything. I explode back. And so anyway, we're, by the end of it, though, the guy working at the comic shop wanted me to leave and wanted her to stay. And the thing is we spend around the same amount of money. Now, I will admit, like I said, where I give her props, she actually buys this shit. My biggest peeve are all these people that, support and promote all this woke shit, but then won't even fucking buy it. At least she buys it.
Hey, I want to say something.
Let Animix talk, okay? Animix, go ahead.
So yeah, man. Also, guys, I'm working on something. I'm gonna post it on my Animix channel, and it's gonna be cool. You ever heard of that artist, JCEM2, guys? A guy named JCM.
No.
Is an artist.
No.
No.
Okay. You guys ever heard of?
We'll catch it on your channel.
Okay, you guys ever heard of a show called The Loud House on Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Never
Yeah.
watched it though, but yeah.
Okay. All right. This show has a very toxic fan base.
Of
And-
course.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And like it's a new thing. Throw a rock at any fandom nowadays, and you'll find a toxic asshole in it.
Yeah, but
yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Like I've seen this guy named JCM, and he makes this artwork. And listen, now, guys, I don't have no problem with hentai, but some shit is so degradingly bad.
Oh God.
Oh,
and they're
no.
all children. That whole thing, they are
would you
all
bring
young
this up,
children.
Animix? Why? Now I have this image of characters that are underage. Why?
Hold on.
I'm just picturing cute things. And
Stop it, Giannis! Stop it. Okay, hold on. Look I see Mr. Anime's face, man. That shit was creepy. His face, man. That shit was creepy as hell. He's like, oh yeah, I'm listening real hard. Yeah.
I'm just
Just
picturing cute puppies and kittens.
Let him talk, okay?
All right, let him talk, and everybody go to their happy place.
Okay. No. It's this project that I'm working on. I've seen this picture. I'm not going to explain in detail. You would just have to see it in a video. But it was so bad. It made me so angry that I'm going to make a video in response to this picture, and I am going to post a link to the guy who fucking drew it. I'm going to post a link.
No.
I am going to. I am fucking. This picture made me so.
Neil,
Well, why would you do that to us?
Neil, just answer me this. Please
I'm
tell
not going
me.
to post it to you guys.
Okay. But Neil, please tell me it's nothing to do with the baby. At least tell me the baby's not involved in this.
No. No, she's not.
Okay,
Thank
good.
Fucking God, it's not
Good.
that. But this time it's not the Loud House. But it's this artist who draws fan art of the characters. But it's not the Loud House. But it's one picture that he drew that was so fucking.
You could have led with that. We've been scared to death. You could have led with that.
Yeah, you could have told us this.
I was trying to get to that. But this picture was so fucking bad that I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a video in response to this. No. It's not going to be a rant video. I'm going to let you guys see it for yourself when I release it.
Why do you want to torture us?
Dude, I am.
Because he loves us.
Dude, it's a video game video. Oh my God. Just wait until it's finished, Dionysus.
I'm gonna get one of my Monster Girl books because I think we need a palate cleanser.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Dio. He loves us, and you only hurt the ones you love. So there you go.
Guys, oh my God, you are not listening. You know what? Fine.
Neil, man, we get it, man. We're just messing with you.
Yes, chill, man.
No, because you guys is not understanding.
Here, smoke a
hookah
with us.
I do understand. He drew something. He drew something terrible. I'm gonna guess vile at this point, and you are doing a reaction video to it. We're okay. I'll watch the video. I don't have any problem watching it, but I am probably going to give you a few. You know, I'm gonna give you crap leading up to it because it's funny.
Yeah,
that design actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really gotta say, here's the thing. Well, let me just actually say this. Is the video actually going to be anything like freaking what JSetByX4 was saying about NTR stuff? Because that actually really freaking pisses him off. Like whenever he sees
you just gave me a thank you, Mr. Anime. I just had a light bulb click in my brain. I should talk. No, it's not a talking video. You guys just gonna have to see it. Okay, so this video is it's a response to the picture that I'm talking about, but it's not what you think. It's not an act. You just have to see it when it comes out.
We gotcha. Now come
Okay.
smoke a hookah with
Now
us.
with the NTR stuff, don't worry, I got something for that too.
All right, now come smoke a hookah with us.
Huh?
A hookah.
I don't
You know what a
smoke.
hookah is,
Relax.
don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't smoke.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't smoke
Well,
either.
good for you.
I
That's
like
like
to
you
try-
listened to the Dear Lion back in the 90s.
I got a flu shot today.
Wait a
Nice.
minute. Wait a minute. Was it for the COVID?
No, I already got the COVID shot months ago.
Oh.
Dude, don't overblow all that crap. They're not. You have to understand. My mother is an older nurse who visits hospice nurses. If and she gets sick all the freaking time. If they were really killing her immune system, she'd be dead by now. But she already got the booster. She's already had the third one.
Okay.
Yeah, and, but in
Okay,
all
so
seriousness, guys,
Sorry. Yeah.
Look, if you don't want to take the shot, fine. Just don't tell me I shouldn't take it.
No, I'm not gonna tell you anything. You have every right to do what you want to do.
Yeah, this is America.
Huh?
This is America.
Look, I
Where
went
you-
I went to see the endocrinologist, or however you say that shit. Good news, my blood sugar is better than last time he saw me.
Hey,
Yeah.
congrats.
Good.
Yeah.
He asked me
Okay.
while I was in if I'd like to get the flu shot. I'm like, well, this saves me having to go looking for a Walgreens, especially after I tried to go Walgreens for the vaccine for COVID, and a squirrel got into the pharmacy and they closed it down for the whole day, and all the women were you ever seen those Tom and Jerry cartoons where the woman jumps on the chair when Jerry comes in?
That's a good-
All the women were jumping on the counters, screaming and yelling at a guy who came in with a hammer to kill it. And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
you're gonna
In
tell
Oklahoma,
your thing.
in Oklahoma, we had to let the damn squirrel run around while we were still doing everything.
Hold on, Didi, you need to tell that story to the third wave feminist.
Oh,
Just because.
Oh, you mean how a bunch of women who basically are in pharmaceutical and medicine basically freaked the fuck out over a squirrel and jumped
Okay,
off
okay.
counters like a stereotypical cartoon woman and was yelling
How
at
many-
a guy
yeah.
with a hammer to beat the squirrel's brains in?
Oh God, okay. So now this is what we do: we sick the third wave feminists against the animal rights activists, like the hardcore ridiculous ones, not the ones like certain animal rights are obviously very, very good. I'm talking about
PETA.
if a rodent gets in the store, the rodent needs to die. That's just straight up. But the point is that we sick PETA versus the third wave feminists, and then we watch the dominoes fall.
Nice.
On my
we
old
are evil.
on my old Twitter account, I actually got blocked by PETA because they were basically bad mouthing Steve Irwin. And I said, didn't y'all kill a 9-year-old little girl's puppy? Blocked.
Like, how
They did do
dare
that.
you speak the truth?
In fact, it's true because basically PETA actually are a bunch of hypocrites.
But also,
Oh, yeah.
kind of pushing off of Didi's story for a moment. At work, there was I don't know if it was a cockroach or what on the floor, but my friend, my buddy who I work with and stuff, she's also the manager. She sees it, she screams, she jumps on the table, and because I apparently have the reputation of being the animal guy, there's been a couple of times where I took a lizard or even a spider outside and set it free because I refused to kill it. It's like, Shane! I mean, it's like, Dionysus, save us!
Save us from the big bad cockroach.
Oh,
I mean, I
dude,
actually
was
killed
it
the
like a
cockroach.
big cockroach, or was it one that you'd find in like a residential area? Because my high school, we had some of those big motherfuckers that would fall down. One of our science teachers, Madagascar hissing cockroach with all the rest, like bred with the local cockroaches,
Oh,
and we
God.
had some we had some fucking behemoths coming up out the walls for a while. It was great.
God.
This was just a little tiny cockroach, no bigger than your thumbnail. But
Dude,
just
those people.
amazing.
You gotta watch that though, because that normally denotes an infestation.
I know we took care of it and stuff, but still.
I mean, well, if you work in like a grocery store or a restaurant, you don't want to see a roach, period. The way you made it sound, Dio, I thought it was one of those big honking things that if you're in bed and there's
Don't even finish that sentence. That happened to me.
I have had those fuckers be just over on the ceiling above my head while I'm in bed, fall on me, and I scream because it's like
looking like a motherfucker from Men in Black.
Gee, I know that feeling. DD. You know, you mind your own business, and all of a sudden something's calling you at night. No, you will hear a man scream at what's the highest pitch there is? D major. Like,
no, there's higher.
No, sirree, we do not call it on my face. We do not do that.
I'm just saying. You know, all of a sudden, a big giant one like out of Men in Black shows up with a infamous wig and lipstick on. Comes up crawling in Dio's bed, playing brown chicken, brown cow. You know.
I'm getting the flamethrower.
It just wants some loving, buddy. It just wants some loving.
You're gonna
come on, cockroaches need love too.
You're not the flames of hell.
If I see that, I'm getting my can of hairspray and my little long snout lighter, and I'm making an improvised flamethrower.
I mean, there's nothing more terrifying.
Oh, come on, it has 3 pelvises. You've got to admit that give you an extra oomph.
No.
Oh, God.
Only I can have 3 pelvises.
Everyone has
Death by snoo.
No.
Death by snoo is only okay when it's big Amazon women from Futurama.
Yes.
Well, regardless.
Giant woman too. I mean, Lady D and Tio or Tanishi from Monster Musume. Yeah.
What about, I actually saw this one video one time on Twitter where there's like a freaking snake in a freaking bedroom. This guy grabs the snake's tail, and then it turns out it was a giant freaking cobra, and it was actually standing up too. Like, hey, what are you tugging on my tail for?
I love that video so much. It's hilarious because the dude was just, you could just see the snake's tail, and he was just pointing at it, and the cobra was kind of just, slithering out, and in a way it was like, who are you pointing, boy? Who do you think you're touching?
Well, one of my favorite videos online right now, this guy had an infestation of rats in his wall. And I'm not talking mice. I'm talking about full-grown, big, freaking huge rats. They weren't getting into the actual house, but they could hear them through the walls. I think he said it was an apartment or whatever. Anyway, they made an incision near an electrical outlet. Like, they made an incision. He put his freaking pet cobra up in there, and he held a bucket, and you see like 20 rats jumping up out of there like, nope, I'm out. It was fucking hilarious.
Well, that's one way to get rid of fucking rats.
Oh, yeah, and then all of a sudden I'd be afraid my snake would get stuck in there because he could eat forever. But anyway, no, the snake comes back out.
Hello. And sorry I'm here so late. The problem is that on weekdays I always have company, and at this time it really just screws things up.
It's okay.
It's okay, Cerno.
It's okay, Cerno. We were talking about the terror of giant cockroaches landing on us.
Giant cockroaches wearing infamous wigs and lipstick with 3 pelvises giving you the business.
Oh no! That's worse than the first Monster Girl quest character.
No one would want that monster girl. Damn it!
Yeah, I think even Luca would just straight up kill that one. Forget stealing that thing.
You know what's funny is my best friend who I met in cottage. She actually thinks cockroaches are cute.
Oh dear.
I mean, I guess to each their own. I find American opossums cute, but
Yes,
I know
but
are
I
like,
knew a
"What
girl
the
in
fuck
high
would you
school
do
that
with
ate
opossum?"
fruit. I knew a girl in high school that ate Fruit Loops with ranch dressing. That doesn't fucking make it right.
What the? Wait a minute. Well, how do you know? That is a disgrace to culinary art.
She did it. She did it in
hold on.
school.
Wait, eat what with ranch dressing?
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Come on, man.
Yikes.
Come on, listen. I like ranch dressing. That's just disrespectful.
Exactly.
But look,
Yeah.
I'm all for doing food concoctions like I'm high on pot or something. Like the ravioli.
Okay, but that's meth. That's meth level right there.
Dude,
Well, like-
she must have been a freak.
Well, like
You have no idea. Anyway.
I'm
well,
just
like, hey, let me talk. Like, I used to take slices of cheddar cheese, put it on wheat bread, and I used to put Chef Boyardee raviolis on it.
Oh God.
Hey, that's a hell of a lot better than ranch dressing and Fruit Loops.
That still don't make it right. I'm joking, yeah.
yeah. It's really too bad that I always have someone here during the week, and
All right,
I
on that note, and it's nothing against you, Cerno. I'm sorry I got to drop out as you're coming in, but I do. I had just finished my workout before the stream started, and I need to take a shower. We got a couple places we got to go, so I will catch y'all later. Just remember, have as much fun as you possibly can, because life is too damn short to do otherwise.
Or
Yeah.
wrong as fuck if you make the wrong
Where's the
decision.
music right there, Bubba?
I mean,
Take care.
I sometimes will spread peanut butter on bread and put a turkey breakfast sausage on it.
Can I buy some of your pot?
Yeah.
No.
He said, hey,
Oh dear.
Hey, it's actually
kid.
pretty good, damn it.
Anyway, I'm just disappointed in how my scheduling is. It's just
It's life, Cerno. You can't help it. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bullshit though. I gotta do something about it because I don't like the fact that I don't have privacy during those hours, and it's like
Yo, man, I feel
that's one of the main problems is privacy.
I mean,
Because I'm in my home while they're here, but they're here for an hour, like on the weekdays. Like the thing is that on today I had because I have this thing where 4 days a week I have someone come in for an hour and do stuff like clean up and stuff, and then on Tuesdays they take me out to go shopping and stuff. The thing is what I don't like is that like during the weekdays. There's that hour the hour that I don't have any privacy is the hour that you guys are streaming, and it's like
well, in fairness, I let Mr. Anime know that I had a doctor's appointment today, so he kind of waited until I was home. So
yeah. The thing is, I just kind of wish they were later in the day, but oh well.
Also, Dionysus,
Yes.
at least it isn't fool's gold. And if you're wondering what fool's gold is, it's a thing that Elvis Presley used to eat, which was a slather of peanut butter, a slather of jelly, and then bacon on wheat bread.
Ugh.
Woo!
that
You're
just
about to
sounds
have
disgusting.
cholesterol all up in your fucking body.
And you wonder why Elvis Presley died on the shitter.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
Well, they
Yeah,
said
and he probably ate that too much.
they said he died of a drug overdose, but considering all the weight he gained, I'm really wondering if maybe it was his weight that killed him.
Heart attack.
Yeah, because you're eating all that bullshit.
I mean, how do you even think nobody a good idea on bread? This abomination right here. Like, I'll be honest with you. I hate bacon. I cannot eat bacon.
I can eat bacon only if it's on a burger, but any other or a sandwich. But any other time, fuck no.
I mean, like the peanut butter and banana sandwich, that's delicious. But you tell me fool's gold, and I'm like, well, what's in a fool's gold? Peanut butter, jelly. Well, that sounds like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh, and bacon. Ew, ew, ew. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, that dude is a fat motherfucker, I tell you. You know
mean
you're
what?
fat when you get creative. When you get creative with your food, then you're real fat.
Well, fat or high. I mean, either one.
Well, I've already told you that I used to do cheddar cheese slices with raviolis on
I
meat.
mean, the only strange food concoction I made was it was sausage pizza, and I was just curious, so I decided to go with sliced bananas on top.
Anyone remember Paula Dean before she got canceled for something she said 20-something years ago?
Yeah, the whole butter thing. Yeah.
Okay, well, my mother used to love doing her recipes when she was alive, and Paula Dean eventually did a recipe called Velveeta fudge, and
Ew.
guess what goes into it? And my
Butter.
mother kept trying to force it on me. I'm like, no, that's disgusting. Chocolate and unless it's cream cheese or something that should never go together. And she's like, just try it. I'm like, I don't want it because it's fucking Velveeta. If it was cream cheese, I'd be willing to eat it.
Yeah, let me try.
Yeah, I don't like it. Like, that's one thing I don't like is when parents try to force things onto their kids, like disgusting crap onto their kids. Like, just try it. No, this is why. This is why I don't. That's why I'm honestly like parents who try to do that kind of stuff is why it's why kids hate their parents. Let's just say that.
Cream cheese is the only cheese that should be allowed near things like chocolate, damn it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a combination I did before, and I'll never do that. I did some time, a few or 4 or 5 times, and I'll never do this shit again because it fucked up my stomach. I had some bread, right? Sausages, right? I had sausage.
Yeah.
Some ketchup, mustard, and I put mayonnaise on that motherfucker. I ate that shit. The last time I ate that, my stomach was fucking hurting. I was like, "Oh my god, I will never do this again." That is.
Is that how you ate or what? Like,
that's it.
Mayonnaise. You on the mayonnaise.
I like mayonnaise, but that never again. Wait a minute, Dionysus. Oh, wait a minute, I can't bring up mayonnaise. Dionysus is here.
Well, since you brought it up. Oh my!
All right, that's it. I'm out.
Don't make me get the horny bat, Dio.
Dio, knock it off, please. for everyone's sake, please, please.
But to be fair, honestly, so I kind of cut back on mayo because I'm trying to.
Guys, look at the private chat.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Wait, private chat.
Don't you dare, Bubba! Don't you dare!
Who is that?
I'm asking who it is.
Oh my god, Mr. Anime. Remember, they can say anything. They could say they're Hira Hey, but obviously they aren't because I would like.
My name is Amit. Oh boy.
Is anyone on it?
We don't know who that is, so just ignore them.
Okay. You know what, Mr. Anime? It's been 2 hours. Let's end it now.
I mean, at least we left on a good note too. I mean, we were talking about food.
Who is that guy?
No. It's been 2 hours. Time to end the stream.
I just got here too.
Dude, he said, "Okay, y'all, a bunch of niggers."
I knew it.
Ban him. Ban. You're banned, sir. You're banned, sir.
I knew it.
Yeah, go ahead and get rid of him.
No, let's just keep going.
But
No, he said the N-word. I think that's ban-worthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's racism.
Yeah.
It's also called.
I don't give a shit. He's a nigger too.
God damn it, Mix. This is gonna get Mr. Anime flagged, even if.
Oh fuck! I forgot.
Look, let's just keep going. Let's focus on something else.
Yeah, just ban him and ignore him.
Right.
Also, we need to make sure we know
how to. Didn't we hit the 2 hour mark?
Yeah,
we're 2 hour mark, but
minutes.
Well, let's keep going because we've got Cerno on here. I want to make sure that Cerno actually.
Well, Mr. Anime, I have to go and have my dad give me my Victoza.
Oh fuck! Hold on.
I
Well, it'll just be like all of us here. So I'll still be here for about another half hour. So
Well, I'm gonna go for the time being. So to the idiots who are trying to see something in a movie about candy colored ponies, stop that shit. Because I'm sorry, but sometimes it's just about candy colored fucking ponies, not about Trump ponies or what the fuck you're trying to see in it. I'm out. Goodbye.
bye. With that being said, also, just going out that the Mr. A, clearly that loser is in the Discord. So make sure you find a way to find out who it is to ban them to get them out of the way. But anyway, so to give Cerno some time to speak now. How you doing, Cerno?
Hi. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is that on Tuesdays isn't a good day because at least when there's someone here, I can sort of talk. But of course, usually there are like times before and after they come that usually the stream is usually just 1 hour in that. So like an hour where I just have to watch my tongue, but other than that, I can speak freely. Like now, there's no one here, so. But yeah, it's the thing is yeah, I've noticed that like. So what were you were talking about Kick Vic before, right?
yeah.
Yeah, well, my chief, this whole stream is kind of all over the place. Like we're talking about, food, then creatures, and also, but anyway, yeah, let's talk about kick.
Yeah, the what was funny is when you talked about the Renfamous wigs. That was funny. Yeah, the funny thing is that the thing is Renfamous is one of those people that, do I hate her or what? She's the Renfamous is the kind of person that I think like they know someone at Twitter because they've been banned like 3 or 4 or 5 times and every time they get unbanned. So this was back during the whole Kick Vic era. So they must have some kind of contacts with Twitter or be one of Jack Dorsey's friends or something.
Must have.
Oh God! Why do we always have to bring up freaking Jackass Dorsey? I really hate that guy. And he actually has
because he's the CEO of Twitter, and if someone gets banned 3 or 4 times and then they always get unbanned, there's something fishy there.
Exactly, but here's the thing: he actually has a personal vendetta against anime fans as well. It's like,
yeah,
seriously.
I can believe it. Anime is one of the things that they can't control because it's not because Japan has an entirely different. Japan doesn't have they're very resistant to change, so they could not infiltrate them fast enough. So basically, I think what their plan was, honestly, was to infiltrate Japan, get them to adopt the SJW stuff before the West, before they started tanking in the West. But now they couldn't do that in time, and now Japan can see now that the Western comics industry is just tanking like you wouldn't believe. So I think that's why I think that's going to add resistance. So that I don't think Japan's going to go to the SJW side anytime soon.
I think the best way to do this, to get rid of these SJWs away from comics, is DC needs to just cut their partnership with WB and go the underground. What is it like?
Indie?
Yeah, Indie. They need to go to Indie and Marvel with them because Disney and WB is a bunch of devils and a bunch of faggots and a bunch of pedos.
Exactly. And also, brother, I've been meaning to ask you this.
That counts the whole pedo thing. That's just Hollywood in general.
Yeah, Hollywood, and I mean, we already discussed the whole little girl from, what was it, The Shining or something?
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
I mean, that was just absolutely messed up, and it was no.
How
do you?
It was the
how the hell do you do that shit?
Yeah, I don't even want to bring that
ridiculous,
up.
guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Please, I don't want to bring that up. That shit hurt my stomach just thinking about it.
Dude, like I told you, I couldn't even get 3 seconds in. As soon as I saw, that as an older brother, I can't do
What
that.
the
I
fuck? Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. No, I like it. Let me check this.
right? Well, anyway, like I was trying to say here, all these people out there that once they're actually trying to say that anime is bad, and yet, you got things like freaking Netflix actually supporting cuties and stuff like that. That is just absolutely disgusting. In
Yeah.
fact,
It is. And then they have the gall to ban things like Senran Kagura, like Sony and all that, and it's like,
That's why I'm either going PC or Microsoft. I don't like Microsoft, but
and mind you, they banned Senator Kagura because it's too quote unquote spicy, but yet they are perfectly fine with Man Bear Pig getting pegged in the ass by a beta male in The Woke of Us. Like what the hell?
wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, I gotta ask this question. If a lot of people don't like seeing what's that girl's name from The Last of Us, Abby, getting her back busted by the guy, I forgot his name. If people don't like that, then why is some people okay with seeing a lot of buff anime girls have sex with buff anime guys and it just looks like two dudes fucking, even more so than that?
Actually, no. I mean, the anime girl still looks more appealing than Abby, who looks.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, what do you think of what's that girl's name from freaking Doro Hidoro Noi?
Yeah, no, dude, that is. I've already seen Rule 34, so.
Dude, she is so buff that she looks like a man. Like I couldn't
Yeah, but she
tell
still looks feminine though, and she looks leaps and bounds better than Abby with a hell of a different, better personality.
More
exactly.
psychotic.
Here's the thing. I really like actually having my freaking Netflix account, so that way I can watch anime. That's what I use pretty much my my Netflix account for. It's for anime because I really have to say that I'm really kind of pissed off that they're trying to take all these like adaptations of anime and trying to make it live action like Cowboy Bebop. That freaking now they're doing for One Piece. Politics.
Wait a minute, if you're gonna do live action, just do it right.
that exactly.
Better idea.
Material.
Don't do live action at all because again, you got like Luffy and you got One Piece and Dragon Ball Z that are way too outlandish to even be live action.
Well, you can't say that because DC is way more outlandish than that, and they do make movies, so it's possible to make a Dragon Ball movie. So
It's possible, but I think
okay. Imagine, say, Frieza in all his forms, realistically, like real life looking.
They could do some CGI tricks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can.
I mean, if you have a big enough budget, it's possible.
It's been done. Like if you look at some of the fan art CGI.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, that looks cool as hell. But we're talking about would Hollywood bring that to light? I mean,
if they have the money, if they could.
Yeah, if they have the money.
Yeah, they can probably put something out there, but you have to let a Japanese studio do it and have an American studio that is just as professional as Hollywood without the pedophile bullshit. Do it. Then you can make a good Dragon Ball movie if you use the source material. They just got to get the right guys. Like I said, Dragon Ball Evolution was a guy who just wanted to make money or just was misguided about the show and just did not know what he was doing. And
all it was names.
Yeah,
it's just names, nothing more.
Yeah, and that resulted in this garbage piece of shit that we now know as Dragon Ball fucking Super.
Now, I will say this, though. There's no way I would want to see a real-life kid play Kid Goku because it would just look way too silly because, well, it's a child, right? And that goes with anything.
Well, if you use I'm sure you could find someone who is short enough to pull it, like a short, 20-year-old or something like that.
Well, yeah, true.
Play it. So yeah, I mean,
I really have to give it to Bubba here. He says if Japanese movies had Hollywood money in it, it would rock.
But I mean, like Neo was saying, though, it depends on who has the hands on it and who will sit there and be like, yes, I am a legit Dragon Ball or One Piece or anime fan. I know the source material, and I can and will make this as, close to the source material as humanly possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. People just don't understand that, there's source material for a reason. They just want to actually push this narrative that, anime fans are actually, toxic. They're actually misogynistic. And all these lies saying, we actually support pedos. When that's not even true. They always actually have to make all of these lies and slanders. Try to actually, paint us as the bad guys. That's not true.
and I think that's their strategy. And I think that the feminists, they noticed. I think what happened is that they noticed that they were able to convince the Western half of the game industry to kowtow to them, but they realized they aren't going to get the Japanese to kowtow unless they have the government start censoring things, and that just was the prime.
Oh fuck yeah! It might get to that point, and that's where people's gonna start going to war. Oh
yeah, I think that the feminists want to basically use what they want to do is they want to use that little spark of and the thing is that the right wing is going to go all along with it, and when at first, because they're going to use think of the chillins as the whole thing as the reason they're doing it, and it will get the right wingers on board until they realize that the feminists are going to use their own weapon, because remember the obscenity laws were a right wing thing. Well, not I shouldn't say right wing. I should say more of a religious theocracy. That, and now that. See,
hey guys, I'll be right back. I gotta leave a moment.
Sorry.
Hold on, I gotta click out of here. I'll be right back. Just get me back on this anime.
Yep.
See, the reason is. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to think of what because of the noise and stuff. I'm echoing. Okay. The thing is that the issue I'm having is that I think for the feminists they have to have some way of getting the government involved. And what better way to do that than to use something that get the right wingers on their side at first, which is the whole debate about anime and young anime characters. So what they want to do is they want to have that little spark where they can then use U.S. obscenity laws to then just slowly expand it outwards until you basically have this big convoluted system of standards that the feminists want into law. And so they want to use obscenity laws to do it because, and what's funny, it's ironic that it's the right wing that started the obscenity laws.
Yeah, and basically this is why I really hate people that actually do this kind of stuff. They just want to freaking just pander to the wokies, saying that we should we're the ones that are actually the villains. But there's an old saying: we're all villains in someone else's story.
Yeah, I mean, I think the issue I find is I just find it funny that the left is now trying to use a right wing law to push their agenda, or a law that was pushed by the right wingers. The whole Christian theocracy of the 70s and 80s and all that. Obscenity laws, basically.
because they will do anything that they can in order to win, no matter if they have to
Right.
go to enemy territory, if you will, in order to achieve their stupid little goal. That's why we, the fans and the people, etc., need to backhand these damn neckbeard losers and say, no, you will not take this away. This is still America. Japan has the right to create what they want, and you need to calm down and stop shrieking about how boobies are offensive just because you're angry and upset that no one wants to look at your udders or man boobs.
Also, Rushian actually asked this: how is the left pushing this law?
Well, okay. You know the whole Good Smile lawsuit, how they're saying that some of the figures there, even though they're not even sexual most of the time, they're just bikini figures, but how some of them, of some characters, might violate U.S. obscenity laws. That is exactly the thing. Is they're using a weapon that was initially used by the right to go after pornography to now go after anime, because they know that if they can use the whole think of the children nonsense, they can get everyone on board to ban things, and then they just use that seed, that system, because they'd put the infrastructure in place for censorship, and then they would start using that, expanding that out.
Yeah, they do think of the children when they be thinking about raping them every night because they're the ones who's the real pedophiles.
Exactly, the male feminist and all of them.
Yep, that's it's a trope at this point that the male feminists are always the creeps.
Listen, man, if they're gonna do this whole new world order bullshit and try to put everyone in jail for no reason, you might as well just kill these these feminist motherfuckers while they still can. Fuck it.
Make it worth your while. Try to avoid these.
Well, I mean,
the death penalty.
I would really like for us to try and not resort to that, but
it's getting to that point. Like, listen, people think anime fans are niche. I'm like, dude, you know how big in this country is? Do you know how big Japan is? Dude, anime comes from Japan, and I'm pretty certain it has a huge, large fan base in that. And then you have people over here who loves anime in wide margins. So that's like millions of people upon millions of people. So, and then you put two and two together. How many feminists? There's no feminists in Japan. So how many more?
There's a few. There's a few of them, but I think they probably went to Western universities. I think the universities is where this is coming from.
Yeah,
it's coming from the universities, and unless we can reform Title IX, I don't see that changing anytime soon. Because Title IX is how they keep sane people out. Is they just use the abuse. They basically do it. They pull a Kavanaugh. They pull a Kavanaugh on anyone who's remotely sane.
Yeah. So pretty much, if this gets out of hand, you're gonna see a lot of universities probably getting burned down or being raided by anime fans. And there's not that.
Well, it wouldn't be just anime fans. It would just be people who don't like the woke left.
Yeah, but the anime fans is gonna be the loudest because we all know how crazy these motherfuckers get when it comes.
It wouldn't just be anime fans though. It would be also the people. It would be just people who are sick of the woke political correctness nonsense.
I agree. Like, it's gonna get to that point, and there's not a lot of feminists that's gonna hold that many people down, and they're gonna get stomped out in the fucking street or probably get killed because they wanted to do this bullshit. Marvel is gonna get raided too, and DC. I can already see in my mind, man.
Yeah, in fact, Roshan actually brings up another good point. He says, I'm pretty sure the Miller test doesn't cover the sexualization of fantasy characters.
Unfortunately, that's debatable because I think that it really depends on who the judge is, honestly. And that's what really scares me, is that it depends on there's a lot of, because it's not really set in stone yet. And that's what really scares me, is that we could still see the US go towards an Australian style censorship regime if we don't get a ruling from the Supreme Court that strikes down obscenity laws in its entirety. Obscenity, because
that's why we need to actually, tell these people, we need to go to this Supreme Court and try to see if we can actually get these, obscenity laws, either, repeal.
the problem is that you might have a problem with, because I think that the problem is that we're gonna have, like, unless Biden gets a pick, we would have a conservative Supreme Court, and I think that a lot of the conservatives in there are, like, you've got Amy Coney Barrett, I know, was one who would side with censorship because she's Catholic, like a devout religious, person. I'm just afraid that religion is going to play a role and it's going to skew the results.
Let me tell you what's going to happen. Listen, guys, remember that whole thing with the guy who was on freaking Floyd, what's his name, George Floyd's neck, right? The cop.
Yeah.
Okay. They said that like the whole play. I think it's Chicago. Was it Chicago that he died in?
No, it was Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Okay. The whole state said, okay, they was watching the whole court thing. They was gonna probably let the cop go, right? These people said that they know where the judges live, they know where they live, and all these people live. If they let this guy go, that they was gonna go to their family and they're gonna go and fucking burn down the whole state and kill their family.
And that's terrorism, basically.
That's exactly what the fuck is gonna happen if these conservatives and all these religious bitches and all these feminists go and do the stuff that they do. They're gonna do exactly that. These anime fans are real crazy. Like, not us, but these dudes is going to get to that point.
You mean the ones? There are people who are. Are you saying that they're? I'm not sure if there's enough though that would actually do that. I know I wouldn't want to. I don't want to stoop to the level of Antifa.
Yeah, but it's going to get to that point because it's not, like you said, it's not just anime fans, but it's the people who's sick of the woke.
Right, and it's going to happen, a civil war.
Yeah,
and what's going to happen is that the government is going to start clamping down, and basically, they're going to suspend the Constitution to throw us into martial law.
New World Order. That's the plan. That's why they're doing this, so they can do the New World Order. The government and the Illuminati, they all have plans set in motion to start the New World Order. Oh, they got to kick Donald Trump out so we can put Biden in. Let's start the New World Order. Come on, man. These motherfuckers.
They have 4 years to do it, as far as I know, because I don't think with the poll numbers, I don't think Biden is. I think that they know that. I think the reason why they're letting the poll slip, why they're not Why the thing is, I think people are waking up, but the problem is they have an entire term to do it, 4 years. And honestly, I think that might be enough time for them to pull it off, and that's what I'm afraid of. Yeah. If that's what's going on.
Listen, a lot can happen in 4 years.
Yeah.
Listen, man, dude, they have many ways to start the New World Order. They are attacking anime because they know anime fans will get crazy. They use feminism as a tool to provoke these people so they can go and do what they gotta do, because they're gonna try to do censorship stuff, and they're gonna freaking piss more people off, and then you're gonna see more people going in the streets. You're gonna be seeing these dudes beating these bitches, stomping these, probably raping, all that stuff.
And well, I don't think there would be any rapes. I honestly, because I mean, have you looked at these women? They're ugly. I don't think anyone would ever do that to them.
How desperate listen. I've been on YouTube for a while and on the internet. These dudes get desperate. Listen.
I know. I still don't think it's a good thing for them to do, though. Either way, because again, it'll just cause more conflict. And I don't want a civil war.
And that's the thing. That's what they're trying to do. It's going to cause more conflict, and it's going to get. This is how they bring in the New World Order, people. You heard it here.
Yeah, and I think that George Carlin said it best. These freaking corporations, they just want, they want us to actually be so freaking dumbfounded and try to actually, play it off as like, we're actually the ones in the wrong here. And they're actually freaking sitting there raking in all the money.
Yeah, and they're going to be getting, listen, we're the ones who's going to lose it. They're the ones who's going to get it, because they're the ones who gets all the money, and all the judges and all of them. They're the ones. They get the money too. They get all the stuff. And then the government has nothing to worry about, because they can sit back, relax, kick their nasty, crusty ass feet up, and then fucking eat all the fucking food that they want while they're watching people battling each other, down at the bottom. And this is why I keep telling people, dude, this feminist stuff that you women is doing, you guys are being stupid. You don't know what you're doing. You're gonna cause problems that we cannot take back. You're gonna fuck our lives up in more ways than you do not realize. And I just said it. I just spelled it out for y'all. And thank you, Sarno, because you really you laid it out, and it just made me think. This is kind of like what's going on now.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah. And what's the best way to destroy humans? By dividing them, because they know we're the strongest together. These people are fucking demons, bro. They're all fucking demons in power. And that's why I told Zimitorn, the way you get rid of these evil bastards is by getting rid of them, by killing them. And all of them. But we can't do that. We cannot come together. Or you gotta do something. He was like, well, you know, this, that, and the third. He took my words out of context. Like,
well, if you did that, if you did that, like, here's the problem. If you were to do that, you would. The thing is that then you would end up basically that would not end well, because if you did that to one of them, they would come after. They would start. You would not like. Look what they did with January 6th. That happened, and now they're starting to. They have a commission that they're trying to pin it as a worse than 9/11, and they're starting to. There'd be so much spying. They would know. They look at what the IRS is doing with the banks. Like what they want to have in this infrastructure bill, where they can basically spy on your bank account because it has more than $600. They want
these people are fucking. Yo, they are really trying to kill people out here. They are the ones who's the enemy. People is not seeing this. They just sitting around saying, "Oh, everything is okay. I'm just waiting to get my man." Listen, dude.
I'm not saying it's okay. I just think that.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying in general.
I don't think that committing murder is going to solve anything. I think it's just going to make it worse. It's going to tailspin us into a surveillance state. Worse than George Orwell's 1984. Worse than China, in fact.
Yeah, it's going to get. You have to remember, people is going to get this murderous intent. That's what I'm trying to say. People is not going to think. They're going to get real tired of this kind of stuff. And then, listen, think about it. When you talk nice to these fucking feminists, all these dumbasses, that doesn't work. When you try to do something that will save the industry, they try to lie on you and put you in jail, or make you or slander your name and put you out.
Well, I think what needs to happen is we need to start wearing secret body cams so that we can disprove them. The problem is we need to start. We need to use like devices, but we need to use something that we can control, so that where we can record things, and then so we have the evidence that so that what they're saying never happened. We need to start being able to prove and discredit these people.
Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to call it good here. So let's get our final goodbyes out of the way. And, we probably might be actually doing some more live streaming over on Twitch, though. So I'm probably going to do it solo. So anyway, let's actually get our final goodbyes out of the way. Let's start with Dynamix.
Guys, it was nice being on here. I'm not going to say my signature lines, but it was nice being on here.
Yeah. So, Cerno?
Yeah, I just have to say one thing. I don't think violence is going to actually do any good. I think that instead we need to start doing things that will disprove their allegations. We need to start making sure we have the receipts and discrediting them so that we can expose them for who they really are. And it's going to take a lot of effort, but we have to, because I don't think committing violence, I don't think it's going to it's going to make everything a lot worse. Mm-hmm. So the best we can do is discredit them and show the people who are on the fence, like the ones who have not had their mind made up yet, the ones who haven't, closed off their mind yet, and try to convince them. And we need to do it quickly. We need to do it quickly because the education system is basically indoctrinating the kids. So we got to do it quickly.
Yeah, and no one is doing it quick. You fucking know.
Yeah. Anyway, Dio.
My glorious heathens. It was fun. And to be totally honest with you, I don't really have any final goodbyes or anything. But both Neo and Stoner made excellent points. And other than that, remember my glorious degenerates to always let your desires burn brightly.
Oh, is that Neo?
Yes, I have multiple channels. Don't ask. I have multiple channels. Yes, because I have a lot of projects.
That's why earlier I said ban him because I thought you were someone else entirely. Sorry.
No, it's like
I thought you were a new guy that was coming in to say things like the N-word and stuff.
No, I'm not that guy. But yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I have so much projects that I have channels for them. But yeah, that's all.
Well, anyway, guys, that's my turn. So I appreciate you all coming on board. I might be or might not be doing Twitch streams, but like I said, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. So anyway, just remember these 3 things, guys. Respect the waifus, enjoy your fandoms, anime freedom. Until the next one, this is Mr. Anime 343 saying, sign everyone.
All right, peace out. I'm hungry.
All right, see ya.